Lucasfilm might have ruled out Obi-Wan Kenobi getting a second season, but it seems like they're not done with Ewan McGregor just yet. We're aware that the Kenobi series is a one and done, a limited series confirmed by Deborah Chow, and the physical Blu-ray release, which lists the first season as the complete series, the entire show. That being said, it sounds like Ewan McGregor is teasing a return in something else. He's holding out hope, saying he's pretty sure he's coming back. If I were to make a guess, I would speculate he's been told by Lucasfilm that he's on standby. There are plans for more Obi-Wan in an upcoming project. If I were to guess, I would say as a Force Ghost, in the Mandoverse, maybe in Ahsoka Season 2. Maybe he's been in contact with Dave Filoni about it. Obi-Wan's Force Ghost on Peridia. And remember, Kenobi played a significant role in the Mortis arc, which we do suspect is connected in some way to the Second Galaxy. The late Sir Alec Guinness is the classic Kenobi depiction both in physical and spiritual form, but given the legend is long gone, and Lucasfilm is reluctant to use his likeness, I think it's a matter of time until Ewan portrays him as a Force Ghost, not just as the prequels Kenobi. So we may see Ewan McGregor alongside Hayden Christensen, both their characters as Force Ghosts, in Ahsoka Season 2 or Dave Filoni's film. And this also means he's going to be starring in the same series as his wife Mary Elizabeth Winstead, live-action Hera Syndulla. Now while there's always a chance he appears in the present day in Andor Season 2, I very highly doubt it, considering Tony Gilroy's pledge to not include what he calls the Skywalker Saga royal family. Now while Ewan McGregor is saying he's pretty sure he's going to return, I'm hoping this isn't a continuation of the Kenobi show. I want to see him in a different context. It could even be as a Force Ghost in the Rey movie. But nonetheless, despite my personal grievances with the Kenobi show, I never thought Ewan was the problem. He's fantastic. I think he's done a phenomenal job bringing the younger version, and Ewan even said, before his return in the 2022 limited Disney Plus series, as he gets older and closer to Sir Alec Guinness's age when he played Kenobi, he feels more connected to the character, more so than he did when he played him in the prequel trilogy in the 90s and 2000s. Ewan was saying how he gets it. He doesn't have to worry as much about the younger version of the character, the mannerisms, because those are coming more naturally to him. I personally am hoping he gets the chance to reprise the character once again. He deserves that. So here's what he said. This comes from Lad Bible, and they say this. Ewan McGregor sounds pretty hopeful about his chances of playing Kenobi again, but he insists they haven't phoned him, but he wants the chance. And you know, my dear friends, I wouldn't put too much weight on him saying he's not been phoned. He couldn't say if he was. But now he's insisting this. The truth is, I've talked about having to cover for the Obi-Wan show for years. I had to lie about that, but I'm not lying about this. I don't know. There's been no phone call to me from Lucasfilm or Disney saying let's do another one. Obi-Wan was made as a limited series and it's out, and people like it, which I'm very, very pleased about, he says. He goes on to say, I love doing it. I hope we get a chance to do another one, and here's the big part, he says, I'm sure we will. He's pretty sure he's going to make a return. And you know, something which I mentioned when I did my full episode breakdown of part 6, the finale 2 years ago, there is plenty of opportunity. As a Force Ghost, the doors are open for Ahsoka, a future season of Mando, Dave Filoni's movie, maybe Jon Favreau's movie, even the Rey film. Perhaps he reaches out to Rey, who 15 years after the rise of Skywalker is building a Jedi Academy, so that would make sense. But Lad Bibles say they were taken in when he said no. He doesn't know. They believed him, they think he's telling the truth. So I don't know. I'm of the opinion he may have been told by his wife, by Dave Filoni, by someone at Lucasfilm. They're thinking for the second season of Ahsoka, whether it's flashbacks or as a Force Ghost, bringing in Kenobi in some way, shape or form. I don't think that's too far-fetched. And to be honest, considering Dave Filoni has started mapping out how Season 2 is going to look, how it ties into his movie, and with filming starting in Q4 of this very year, you would think he would have been told, or they would know. So I wouldn't put too much onus on him saying he's not sure. He might know more than he's letting on. Before we move on, my dear friends, I want to ask you guys, and this is the question of the day. Aside from Kenobi Season 2, which project should be Ewan's next? Okay, so moving on to our next topic, my dear friends. I want to talk a bit about the Acolyte, but not in terms of substance or lore, or even too many developments in the news cycle. Instead, I want to talk about fan perception, and how in my opinion, this summer is going to be a very rocky time for the Star Wars fandom. It's such a heated discussion anytime this topic comes up. This series isn't even out. We saw the mass dislikes on the trailer, we see how fans are feeling about it, and this morning, there are articles coming out saying, Season 2 of the show, which was planned right from the start, has been canned. It's not happening, it's been cancelled. Well, I just want to say, I don't believe this. I know it's being peddled as a rumour, but there is a lot of misinformation surrounding the Acolytes going round. You guys know, I've been saying let's wait and see till the show drops, let's judge it then. But a lot of outlets who already have made their mind up about the show are saying they're not going to watch it, they don't like it, have also started putting out rumours stating season 2's been cancelled, it's a disaster. Whether it's true or not, there is no way at this stage we would know. As history shows us, we don't know anything about the internal conversation at Lucasfilm at this stage, and this is something Leslie Headland addressed. She says the fan reaction, the viewership numbers, all of that after season 1 is what's going to determine the trajectory for the future of this series, but not until then. So the rumour going around it's being cancelled, they're panicking. I wouldn't believe it, my dear friends. Let's just wait and see, let's take a deep breath. The truth is, they've planned at least 3 seasons and we just don't know if they're going to happen. But there is absolutely no certainty at this point if the second season's been canned based on fan reactions to the first trailer. And that's another interesting consideration, because viewership is viewership, and there are tons of fans who are going to watch the show just out of curiosity who haven't made their minds up yet. I think it's safe to say, when June 4th comes around, it might be a very impassioned summer for Star Wars discussion and dialogue. I'm going to be covering the show, breaking every episode down, giving you my honest thoughts, but we're already seeing a tendency from those who've written the show off from the start to start peddling and believing these kind of rumours. And I'm not saying it's going to be amazing, I'm not saying it's going to be good Star Wars, I'm just saying I'm giving it a fair shake. And so finally, my dear friends, just something on the more positive side of things. The storyboards, the concepts for the Bad Batch Season 3, have been released by Justin Bruce Lee, Lucasfilm Animation. They are so impressive. The level of detail that goes into even the preliminary stages of animation. Some of these, especially those that involve the 3 clone cadets that Hunter and Wrecker came across, are so beautiful they could be a comic book in and of themselves. I will always praise the level of detail for all these animated shows. I know there are fans who are feeling very skeptical and apathetic about some of the live action stuff, but I don't think we can deny how bright the future of Lucasfilm Animation is. Between the Bad Batch, Tales of the Jedi, what's going to come next. That is something to be very, very excited about in my opinion. But that said, my dear friends, share your thoughts on everything we spoke about in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this update, please be sure to give me a big fat thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video. May the Force be with you, always.